There are 5 of his key films. Bertolucci had already done his behalf, in films Love the Spinner's Ruse, as well of 1970, but The Visible Artwork was his breakout about the planet. Tailored of Alberto Moravia's 1951 Roman, it aimed Italy's Nazi story in a story spinning about a term of the open secret police force who is tasked in assassinating his against fascist ex-prof, who's in expulsion in Paris. It was lauded for its sinister, operatic image, that is credited for affecting The Godfather and The Godfather, Portion 2. Francis Wade Coppola though enlisted Bertolucci's filmmaker, Vittorio Storaro, for 1979's Apocalypse Currently. The Orthodox gained Bertolucci his at first Oscar appointment, for Top Tailored Scenario quite rather than Top CEO. 2 years after, Bertolucci was designated for Top CEO for recent Tango in Paris, and Marlon Brando was designated for Top Artist, a year following same D1 for The Godfather. Brando acting gender, an us in Paris, who deals in his woman's suicidal by shacking up in Xana, Maria Schneider, in an blank flat. But the black, hot history on loving and sorrow stunned as quickly as it was liberated, and the movie was prohibited in Italy for a cruel, currently notorious sex stage comprising oil. The epical story of Pu Yi, who became Tsar of China at the age of 3, was Bertolucci's crucial and business peak. Pu Yi was displaced at 6 but was permitted to remain in Beijing's spreading prohibited town, and the recent Tsar was the at first characteristic to be permitted to movie within the castle facility. The draft took 4 persons year to movie, with 19,000 extra and 9,000 costumes. Via flashbacks, it said of how the child of Sky, who began his lifetime as governor of part the planet's people, ended up as a humble aide in Beijing's botanic kindergarten. In spite how, Bertolucci told it was of the few movies that has a type of lucky end. Maybe how was one cause why it was showered in Oscars, 9 in full, consisting Top Image, Top CEO and Top Film for Storaro. In his adoption speaking, Bertolucci recognized his new confident relation in Hollywood, joke, if New York is the big poem, to me Hollywood this evening is the big papilla. Bertolucci excited to position War Polar Africa for his pursue up, a intoxicating adapt of Gender Bowles's 1949 Roman. John Malkovich starred as a songwriter Seaport Moresby, immeasurably mentioned following the equity of Papua New Guinea, and Deborah Winger as his woman package. Along they went on a journey of personality discovery as personality-styled fearless nomadic people in the unidentified. It was so received and Bertolucci was designated for a Gold Ball, time Storaro's film won a BAFTA. But it couldn't copy the successful of the recent Tsar. The Italian CEO extended in a line of romantically loaded films on seductive youthful female, 1990's IXS Theft Beautiful, 1998's Besieged, starring Thandie Newton, and The Dreamers, that gave Eva Verdant her large screen opening. The Dreamers saw him back to the drastic Europe of the deceased 1960s or, Love recent Tango, put an us guest, Michael Pitt, in Lifetime in Paris. Pitt was junior rather than Brando, and his nature found oneself involved in a odd sexy delta in Nice Gemini Isabel, Verdant, and Theo, Louis Garrel.